Hola, señores. Good morning. It's Thursday. Morning, Mike's here. Oh my God, what a night I had! I know you're waiting to hear. Who did I have a cocktail with last night? Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson. I mean, we will go. I gotta wait a little bit. I mean, we gotta get few more people have to show up for this one, don't you think? I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna hang on to this for a second, but I'll just lightly teased by saying I walked in, I scanned the room. I should have known better. Of course, Alan Jackson is sitting at the bar and not at some table. Now, a real man sits at the bar, right? His buddy comes over, and the cocktail we all thought, what kind of cocktail does Alan Jackson, what would he be having? A lot of people said bourbon. A lot of people said bourbon. Like bourbon was the number one thing. Better, classier, should have known. Yeah, you were going to say that with me. All right, let's check in, say hi to everybody, see what's going on. This is awesome. Stash has grown in. There we go. And it's growing on me. Yeah, you know what? The trick is also just like for when you're out and about, you can put a little bit of women's mascara in there. And, oh, you want to know, Joy, huh? Joy says scotch. Yeah. Now, Alan was not having a scotch. Oh, look at Andrea, a G&T. Nope. Alan Jackson was not having a G&T. We will get to the details. He also put me on the phone with somebody. Hey, somebody wants to say hi to you and thank you. Any guesses who that might be? Not Bob Alessi, his co-counsel. Not Judge Auntie Beverly Cannoni. No, not her either. Hey there. I've been waiting for this since last night. Spill. He was having red wine, says Jackson's nickel. No. Ooh, who'd he put me on the phone with? Look, someone says Liza on the camera. Liza. We'll get to that. But first, listen, we really, honestly, as big a deal as Alan Jackson is, and I promise you we'll get there in a second, as big a deal as that was and how amazing it was. And by the way, best friend, we're instant pals. We have to get to this huge moment. We're opening today with the hot mic moment. And oh my God. So my nephew turns 21 today. Last night, his older brother takes him to the Coldplay concert in Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium. Just two little bros celebrating a 21st birthday. Something happened there that night. And as soon as those little drunks wake up, I'm going to see if they saw it and if people were talking about it then, but it's all over TikTok this morning. Couple caught cheating at a Coldplay concert, and not a low profile couple, a CEO of a big company. And his CPO, which I believe, Steve, is the new term for good morning, Steve, everybody. And with that, Steve comes to the stage.
Good morning.
CPO is like a modernized human resources director, yeah?
Yeah. So I just looked this up, or right before we started, to make sure I got it right. So yes, this is ironically, the chief people officer role is relatively new, signifies a shift towards a more strategic and people-centric approach to human resources, while the older chief human resources officer title focused on HR and process. The CPO emphasizes, and this is what's great for this story, emphasizes employee experience, engagement, and development, Billy.
A lot of engagement. I'm going to say a lot of engagement here in this role. Their names are out there. They're out there. It's a company that's done really well, like 100% growth year over year. I looked up the CEO's LinkedIn profile. I looked at, there was a couple reports about him, and they said, publicly he keeps a low profile.
Not anymore.
But, in business, he has driven this company to tremendous success. Well, everybody's got something. Everybody's holding on to something, and I'm not going to be involved in the shaming of these two people. We don't know the details. It's possible that he's separated. and just didn't want to, when the Jumbotron came to them. First of all, let's just roll the moment.
Yeah. Here we go.
Calls them out, but here we go. Roll.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
See, who's the guy with that? But there's a young guy in the back, like, yeah, you nailed them. I mean, is that like somebody's son? It seems that they're with friends. Like, look at the woman on the left of the screen right here. She's like, oh, shoot. And then the guy's pumping his fists.
Yeah. The guy who's cheering on is just
We're
great.
going to learn more about this, but I definitely looked up their names and I found out that she's the head of human resources and he's the CEO, and they're holding each other like that. I don't know. But boy, everybody's got something. Everybody has got something. Some kind of shame that they're hanging on to that just makes them feel, wow. Never cheat and you won't get caught. There you go. Oh my God. It's everywhere. This guy, Andy, and that's his lady in there, which she has a very fancy last name for that area. It's kind of a heritage name for Massachusetts, but I think the offices are in New York. Imagine are they fellow employees? That would be odd to take a company retreat to the show. Whatever you dig up about this, hit me in the chat. I'm fascinated by it. But you got all my love, whether it rains or pours, I'm all yours. Bet that Coldplay concert is fantastic. Since when is someone else's personal life any of our business? Subject of what's wrong with today's society, their shame is none of our business. Lisa, I agree with that, but that's why I removed the word shame. I just say, what a weird moment. I think Chris Martin thought he was making a joke. I thought he was just like being funny. And then he went, oh, shit. Oh, Love your show. It's always funny. You have the best guests on from San Antonio, Texas. Hey, Andra. Yeah, yesterday we had a great Hot Mics live with Julie Bowen from Modern Family and Happy Gilmore 2, which is out next Friday. And Julie and I went to high school together, so we had just an awesome live hour together. She is really funny. Anyway, nice voice. Yeah, not that good. Anyway, that moment right there was something. So what do you think did you hear about Shane Gillis last night? Shane Gillis, that's a big talker today. Shane Gillis was the host of the ESPY Awards in Hollywood last night, and people are very divided. They're very divided over the performance. There was some jokes in there. You're not allowed to play them on YouTube. YouTube with all your what happened to YouTube? Weren't we supposed to be lawless at one point? Anyway, he gave a 10-minute monologue, and some of the jokes were pretty rough. In tribute to Norm Macdonald, he wrapped up with an OJ joke, which I think is so funny. Anyway, people said, I thought he killed. I thought he was amazing. And then other people, not funny. There was many times Shane stopped and was like, okay, that didn't work. All right, all right, forget about it. You guys are being whatever. And I mean, it was one of those things where when it's not going well, you start talking to the audience about it. Oh my God, met the two mistresses of my CEO at a 1999, two mistresses of my CEO at a 1999 Christmas party. They were all together having fun. Not sure everyone else was. Oh my God. Boo. Anyway, the jokes he said, I mean, there were some rough ones. Caitlin Clark, he said, when she's done basketball, she can continue doing what she likes best. She can go to work at a Waffle House so she can fist fight black women. I mean, that didn't go well. He made a joke about bookies. Shohei Ohtani from the Dodgers, whose manager or translator ended up over gambling and spending all of Shohei's money. And then he made a bookie joke there. And then he said, speaking of bookie, that's what Bill Belichick reads to Jordan Hudson, his girlfriend at night, a little bookie, the very horny caterpillar. I don't know. There was a lot was cringy, and some were bold. I think the best one was, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke in here, but it disappeared. I can't find it. We should probably move on as a country, I guess. Anyway, and that was funny. That was smart. That was nuanced. But anyway, people are very divided over Shane Gillis last night. Oh, look at this. So sick of your love and devotion to a woman who drives drunk. I will come back and listen to you in a few months and hope you've moved on. Oh, Barbara. Listen, Barbara, you're allowed to say that here. No one has to jump all over Barbara. I think it is. I did bring that up with her father, Barbara. I said, listen, some changes need to be made. Not just Karen, but the police officers in that town. Holy crap. Everybody's driving around buzzed. You can't do that. He acknowledged that. Bill Reed, her father, acknowledged that was that, you can't do that. So I understand. By the way, somebody slipped into the DMs here and asked me to host a panel on Karen Reed at something called Crime Con in Denver. And some of the jurors are going to be on that panel and Turtle Boy on that panel. And they asked me to be the moderator and host the thing at Crime Con in Denver. I think that would just be an experience. Steve, what do you think about me going to Denver? Maybe you going to Denver with me. We bring the Hot Mic show. And I don't know, is it like CinemaCon? Is it all the other cons, a lot of wackos and weirdos walking around, or is it normal, or what is it?
Yeah, I think we need a little more info, but I like taking hot mics and morning mics on the road, and especially with something like Karen Reed or something here that I feel like you're part of the community, especially, and you hosting it seems sort of appropriate.
All right, let's go to my drink with Alan Jackson. Speaking of that, I feel like I want some music here. I feel like I need to it's just, okay, we went to a very popular, like a restaurant, sort of a high-end chain, but I love it. Best Ribs. You may know the one. We walk in, I got to take a leak like you wouldn't believe. I'd been on the road. And that's not the music, Steve. It's definitely not the music. Steve, take that off immediately. Steve. And then we go to, please, I'm trying to get the audience here into a froth over Alan Jackson. All right. I go to the bathroom. I come out. I'm scanning the restaurant. I'm like, is he a table guy? Do we have a little booth together? And I'm like, nope. And I see this hand shoot up. Hey! Right there at the bar, it's Alan. I walk over. The arms, holy when he goes in to give blood, and he had just given blood, they don't need a tourniquet. The veins on this guy's arms popping everywhere. He is so jacked, but slight-waisted, skinny. At one point, we were talking about our workouts, and he only does a very simple workout. Alan gets up in the morning, right away does 50 push-ups, goes into his closet where he has his chin-up bar, does 25 chin-ups. Then he does it again at the end of the day. 50 push-ups before bed, another 25 pull-ups. He's 60 years old. Do you know how hard it is to do a pull-up? I can't do 2. I do 1 pull-up and I'm tapped out, but it's the best workout there is. He shoots up the hand. The cocktail is in front of him. He's already ordered the cocktail, and it's sitting very elegantly right in front of Alan. Okay. Is it a cappuccino? Oh, wow. Going that route. Dragonfly wonders, was it a cappuccino? No. A lot of people said, was it bourbon? Yeah. Tabby. Wait, he's 60? That's exactly what I said. This guy's not 60 years old. This guy's jacked up. So a lot of people thought it was bourbon. And Steve, I'll let you take over the chat here as people weigh in. But no. Then someone said it was an old fashioned. Like, that would be elegant with a Luxardo cherry in there. Yeah, Krista thinks it's an old fashioned. Whiskey? No, it was not a whiskey. Okay, we're getting close. Bowl cut up. There we go. Dry martini. Straight up with a twist. Close. Yes. Yes. It was a martini. But a special kind of martini. Are you ready? A Vesper Martini. Woo! Hello, James Bond Casino Royale. A Vesper Martini. It has a little click lillet in there. What's it called? Lillet, the little one. You can get a Vesper Martini, half vod, half gin, mixed together with a little vermouth. But then there's that, instead of vermouth, there was that, it's called click lillet. I believe it's kind of a wine thing. It's like a little sweet wine.
Yeah, Lillet Blanc, right? Isn't that what's in it usually? That Lillet, yeah.
Lillet. And instead it was a little cap full of Lillet. Oh my God. I looked at that. I said, and he described it perfectly. And it was elegantly sitting right in front of him, right? The guy's so put together. The shirt is tucked in. It's very tight. It's a medium, right? Because he's got the big chest and the huge arms and very strong, very fit. And I was like, oh my God. I looked right to the bartender and I said, make that two. I was so moved by it. And now it might be, when you're having you can't have a martini all the time, right? And he's he doesn't enjoy them all the time. He says, I knew I was coming for a drink with you, so I haven't had a drink in several days, just to make sure that, I was ready for this one. So there he is in a medium shirt, nice and snug, the Vesper in front of him. Guess who he put me on the phone with? He said, you want to say hi? She wants to talk to you. Karen on the phone. And she just, thank you so much for treating my father so well. He is the most wonderful man. She's like almost teary over her dad. And I said, of course, Karen, and I loved it. And listen, sweetheart, I'm so glad that, you're well and everything's going great. And one of these days we'll catch up. And she said, yes, of course. And she was lovely. So I had a nice chance to chat with her. Karen Reed on the phone last night. What kind of world are we living in where, she's now she can't go anywhere. I mean, she can't go out to dinner in Boston. Anyway, it was unbelievable. Karen, yeah, misunderstood right there. It was incredible. Ooh, God, did I love that. Yeah, that was a nice chat. It was a nice chat. And it was weird because at the beginning, it was like speakerphone. And we're at the bar and I'm like, Alan, maybe take that off of speakerphone. I mean, I don't know if people hear this. But, it's different. I think if that was in Boston, people would have gone nuts. Does Karen Reed have a new boyfriend? I didn't really get to that in the conversation. It was sort of brief. But God, oh, funny thing. We walk out afterwards and we sat for a while and, probably 3 hours. You got to let everything settled away. One drink, of course. And Alan and I have the exact same car. Exact same car, same color, same everything. I went, that's weird. But anyway, he's a great guy. I'd like to give Karen your best there in light, but the problem is, someone's saying, give Karen my best. We're not in, although Steve has happened upon her email address. Accidentally, Steve has the email address. Alan Jackson. Anyway, so that was it. I'm trying to remember other details, but we did the workout. He's got a big new trial right now. He's in Vanity Fair. We talked a little bit about that. We talked about our lives, our families. He's got a beautiful child, the kid, and he's going on vacation. He deserves one. He's going somewhere really nice. The business, of course, is doing unbelievably well. But keep in mind, the Alan Jackson workout, you guys, is 50 push-ups in the morning and 25 pull-ups, and then the same thing at night. That's it. I don't think he runs. I don't think anything else. I do 100 push-ups a day as well. That's why you're wondering, like, how does the Bushman have huge, guns and the whole thing? Which way is the beach, Steve? Is it there, that way, or is it over there? I can't remember.
What people don't know in the morning, Mike's long time conversation for you and I are your calves.
Oh, my calves.
So in some way, we're going to have to unleash the calves. And what we say about your calves, Billy?
In
Those
life,
ain't calves. Those are cattle.
those are cattle. I've not heard that. I always say in life I told Alan's got slight legs, so he can do pull-ups because his waist and his legs, his thigh, two of his thighs is one of mine. So I mean, I have to pull up a whole, stocky Bushman situation here. I got a whole situation to pull up. If I had Alan's legs, very slight, beautiful legs any woman would envy. It would be no problem. Thank you, Billy, for the IG, the first bright spot of my birthday this morning. Happy birthday to Lisa. Happy birthday to you. July 17th, my nephew Oscar went to that show last night with his big brother to the Coldplay show in Foxborough for his 21st birthday. He's waking up 21 this morning. I got to say, I don't think it's his first cocktail. I don't think this will be his first cocktail, if I had to predict. Okay. Happy birthday to Lisa. Yeah, Lisa, you're getting so much love here, sweetie. If everybody loves you. And okay. My husband got hit on by a dude over his sexy calves. My husband was clueless. He was getting hit on. It was very funny. Well, calves are a thing. Now, I have to ask you about this because Allie, my girl, says, and many other women that I've talked to, how many women? That's a lot of women. Many say they don't care about calves. Like, yeah, women don't care. I said, what? Women don't care at all about the calves? I actually have an Instagram account that's like a Finsta. It's called Calves Club. You can look it up. Calves Club. I haven't touched it in years. I just thought it was funny in the day. And I put up some good ones. Chris O'Donnell, who's a very good friend of mine from NCIS LA. And now he's doing a new show, the 911 Nashville, part of that series with Ryan Murphy. Chris O'Donnell has an amazing set of calves. They're beautiful. We were playing golf on the same course with Freddie Couples. Freddie Couples, about 60-something now. Absolutely gorgeous calves. So I started collecting these. And then I was like trolling. Like I would like find people in public and I would say, ooh, look at that set. Bang. And I would take them and I would put them up. Leanne, the ass, not the calves. You like a good ass on a man? Is that what you're saying? I got to say, it's early, but the Bushman's ass is held up. It's held up. It's true. But the calves are very powerful. And that's just all there is to it. But I've got a great saying. You can't work those things out. You see guys in the gym and they have the great big upper deck and the arms and they have the tank top and they're like doing calf raises, holding dumbbells, doing calf raises. And you just can't work those out. I just don't think they can get bigger. You got to get implants if you're that obsessed. I say in life, there are the calves and the calf knots. And that's it. You either got them or you don't. Anyway, another big piece of news, kind of a huge piece of news this morning. And that is the Blake Lively deposition in New York that we all thought was happening today. We're like, what? They always find a way to punt this thing. And they've punted it again. The deposition has been moved to July 31st. Here it is. Yeah, basically, the reason is Jed Wallace. Remember that social media guru that Team Baldoni hired? He was dismissed without prejudice, which means he can be brought back in by Blake at a later date. But he was dismissed from the suit due to jurisdictional reasons. So both parties apparently mutually agreed to punt until July 31st. So, before you jump down Blake's throat, Friedman agreed to it as well. They need time to review the amended complaint, which could impact the deposition. Yeah. She's a brat. Oh yeah, Blake. I like this one, Steve. This is interesting. Just like boobs, you either got them or you don't. What's that expression about martinis? Speaking of the Vesper martini, martinis are like boobs. 1, not enough. 3, too many. That's a good one, Steve. You didn't laugh.
It was a good one. It was a good one. I knew where you were going with it.
You're not contractually obligated to
No,
think that's funny. You're not.
I said I knew where you were going with it, so that's why you didn't get the big chuckle out of me.
VR has chicken legs. Oh, you saw it coming. VR, you got chicken legs? Oh, sweetie, you're way too skinny. Oh, baby. I mean, listen. Yeah, chicken legs are cute. You know what I love though? If we're gonna go body part here, feet. I like feet. More importantly, ankles. Feet and ankles. Holy shit! Did you see Trump's ankles the other day? That's not. You can say that you had. I did my. I did my physical. And the doctor says I'm the healthiest president that ever was. Healthier than anybody. Probably the most healthy. Did you see that? His ankles? Oh my God! Let me show you this thing. This is crazy. It's not good. It's not good. I worry about them, man. I don't want. I think it's at some point you got to really. When you really look into it, as you say, when you really look into it. Here we go. Look at this. I mean, this is. Can you see that? Oh, you got it, Steve. Nice. You put it up? Did you put it up or me? Yeah. Yeah. That's a McDonald's diet for. Whew. Steve is a bit loud this morning. Steve, what's going on with your overmodulated microphone? Do not piss off Lorby 823. She does not like it when you overmodulate. The other thing is they're sensitive mics. What you can do is you can really back off and just quietly talk because it's a nice little morning and people are, oh my God, here is an admission. I told you what I really like. Wow. Someone just said they have a foot fetish. Let's see. All right. Ankles are attractive. By the way, did you see Trump's ankles? Oh, yeah. Someone just asked me that. I'm Cuban, thick where it counts, but small wrists and ankles. So I think what you're saying, Mel, is that you got a booty that just says, pow! Am I wrong about that? I don't think so. Yeah, that's a terrible word right there. By the way, he made fun of Hillary about that. You kidding me? The guy makes fun of anybody, but I don't know. I'm not healthy. I don't think that's a healthy thing when that goes. What is that a sign of? Is that like pre-diabetic or something? At a certain age, your ankles swell. Yeah, I think that's also definitely. I mean, he's 79 years old. Too much sitting and too much salt. Oh my God, especially on the McDonald's fries. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to have to wait for that Blake Lively deposition. Oh, yeah. No. That's all right. What to finish on, Donald? The heart. You got to watch the heart. Oh, here's one. Is it lymphedema is what that is? Lymphedema. Look that up, Steve. Carol Miner is saying lymphedema. I don't know what that is, but the way you said it, Carol, I think you're right. So anyway, a little bit of drama, a little bit of news coming out of I found out last night from somebody who went to the Bezos-Sanchez wedding that the reason why we haven't heard much is all the cell phones were either taken or people were told to put them aside and not have them on at all. So everybody could let loose. And apparently, according to this source who was there at that wedding, they really let loose. Like it was wild. And people felt free to just, go nuts. One of the big talkers was, of course, Sydney Sweeney. A lot of people were like, what the hell is Sydney Sweeney doing at the Bezos-Sanchez wedding? They're in business together. I told you this the other day. There's a company called Cotu, and they had this guy, Ben Schwerin, runs it. It's a hedge fund, sort of and they're the ones backing Sydney's new lingerie line. Kim Kardashian was there. There's a story today that Kim was like not comfortable with Sydney being the it girl because that's what Kim is. But Sydney's, 20 years younger and stealing the spotlight. Everybody's talking about her. And the drama is that her lingerie line directly competes with Skims. So we saw the white top that Sydney, has. That's the white top. That's the white lingerie top right there. Steve, what else does she have? They have a new lingerie photo out today. And why don't we take that down? Let's okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I don't know if that's much to do about nothing, but maybe a little drama. I like the fact that that they took away the phones and everybody kind of raged together. Oh, lymphedema. That's what Wendy Williams has. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wendy. Oh, I haven't talked to Wendy in so long. She used to call me all the time. Wendy Williams would call me at the most random times. And I always know it's her. I don't think there's that many unknown callers these days. Hey, love that you're so down to earth and your humor, sending lots of love and good vibes, sir. Drinks with AJ. Yeah, bucket list. No question, Krista. It's kind of weird. You know, we ended up, I mean, it just like two old friends. I don't know why. But you know, when someone is a great communicator in life, like Alan, and you feel like you know them. And I did. So I walked in like I've known this guy for a long time. And I was like, Alan, oh my God, sit down. Tell me everything. What's going on? How are you? But we just right into it like we were old friends catching up. That's what was weird. And you think when you look at somebody like that, especially on court TV for as long as he was going, you look at somebody and you say, you really think you get an idea of who they are. And you're usually right. You know, people always ask me, you worked in Hollywood forever and do Access Hollywood and Extra and all these shows and like interviewing a lot of celebrities. Who are the cool ones? I said, the ones you think are. It's the ones you think who are, are great. Like Tom Cruise, super much, a gentleman, totally engaging. Will Smith, minus his terrible incident, which was terrible, just the nicest guy, full of love. Hugh Jackman, yes, he's Ryan Reynolds' friend. And but I admire him for standing by his buddy, no matter what, not retreating somewhere else. So he's loyal, but just the nicest guy. Hugh Jackman once sent me, he was playing the role of Peter Allen on Broadway. He loves to sing, oh, Hugh Jack. And I said, Hugh, you're carrying, Peter Allen wears gold lame pants on stage. I said, oh my God, what I would do for a set. We're laughing about gold lame pants. 2 days later, he sent me a set of gold lame leggings, very tight leggings. Hugh Jackman. So the people you think, it's exactly, I knew what Alan was going to be like. And he was exactly that guy. Really great. Another thing, people on the ankles, flying, a lot of flying. Oh, that's right. The air pressure. Trump's always in the air, not drinking water. Diet Coke is much better than water. I have the world's skinniest ankles, but I got cankles flying for 40 hours and not drinking much water. I agree with that. When I'm on the plane, I feel like I get the swelling going. You know what you can learn? I'm calling this chat that we have here, Chat GPT. You learn more from this chat than anywhere else. It's lovely when there's an effortless connection with another human, kindred spirits, old souls. You know what? I agree with that, Louise. Loved it. Just loved getting to know a new guy. I'm not I'm not like looking to, I don't go on like match.com for friends, but Alan, easy to talk to. I agree, Krista. Such a fun morning show. Oh, thanks, Mel. Yeah, it's fun to just kind of get through what people are talking about. And if you're just joining us, the hot mic moment, there was a poor couple caught cheating at the Coldplay concert. This guy's got his arms around her. Poor bastard.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two.
God. That's the CEO and the CPO, the Chief People Officer.
Either they're having an affair or it's very sharp.
But she's laughing. She knows this is a shitstorm. He hit the deck and took off. But they're definitely much employees. And look, who knows what's going on? Maybe they're just waiting for the right announcement. And now the announcement was made for you by Chris Martin of Coldplay. Poor Chris must feel terrible today. Also, we're talking about Shane Gillis is a big one. That'll be a big story on Extra tonight, I'm sure. His monologue was uh, controversial. The jokes were over the line in some way. I thought they're funny. I don't care. Nothing offends me. Literally nothing offends me. So, the people clutching their pearls today over Shane Gillis, I don't buy it. I think you're just trying to get clicks. So settle down. And then the Blake Lively deposition has been postponed. Kind of stunning. We thought it was today. It was going to be today in New York. They've punted it to July 31st because Jed Wallace, the social media guy, has been removed from the suit. You're a great communicator. Kristen, thanks. I like communicating. And I always tell people, Alan was very complimentary. He was like, you are so good. And I said, well, Alan, thank you. I always tell people, if I were your lawyer, you'd be in jail. If I were your accountant, you would be broke. There's just, I thank God you find, something you like, something you enjoy doing. This is, I've never enjoyed something so much as this. As you build something, you don't know where it's going. You put your own money into it. Literally, I have no paycheck coming from Extra or one of these networks, this safe check, that I've had for years, minus the 3 that I got fired. Yeah. But like in September, we gotta hustle. Yesterday, we got a new sponsor for Hot Mics. We got a few other people. We have 2 sponsors that are coming online now. And then we got a third yesterday. So, is it going to pay every bill? No. Do I have to tighten my belt? Yes. Do I have to learn how to stand up to my daughters a little better? Yes. They mow me down for something almost on a daily basis, and I let them. Let's see the leggings, Billy. I think they're in the Access Hollywood wardrobe room. Yeah. Better be careful. Hugh might want to see your calves. Go back to the start of the Blake case. He and Ryan Reynolds might have a bromance. It's out there. Oh, they've said that for years. Yeah. But it's not true. I spoke to someone high up who works with Hugh Jackman. I said, is that true? He said, absolutely not. No. Reynolds, I don't know, he said. Reynolds, good question mark, but definitely not you. I said, okay, that's interesting. I think we all have a crush on Action Jackson. Oh, by the way, AJ. Everyone calls him AJ. All of his friends, his wife calls him AJ. That's his nickname. Mama Roll, this is the best morning show ever. Is it a show? I don't think it's a show. Like if it was a show, I'd have a little band over here. Maybe we should get a little band sitting over here and and you write your monologue, and it's just, I don't know, too early in the morning to do that. Oh God, how humiliating. I know, but I mean, again, we don't know all the details. Maybe this can be explained, but it is sort of a tough one. 2 days I did yoga in a row when I got back from Maine. I didn't do it for the last 2 days. I have to get back. You have to commit to your workout. And I like hot yoga. No. I hate hot yoga. I hate it. It's painful, and I can't do the full hour. When I do yoga, I go 45 minutes, maybe 48 minutes, and then I just, shit, and I grab my towel and I walk out because I'm the old guy in the room. All these young, women, it's mostly women, and they're listening to me moaning over there like, but I follow and I work hard and I contribute in the class and I do the moves. I have so many complaints about yoga, and they mostly circle around. There's this one girl in our class who does her own thing. She comes into yoga in the morning, and we're all doing our thing. She has a completely different thing. We're doing, deep stretches and vinyasa flows, and she's doing jumping jacks. And it couldn't be like it's like the most opposite thing. Not a tweak on what we're doing. Like if you're doing vinyasa flow, if somebody was then doing, light push-ups, okay, well, we're kind of in that position. But something so like, hi, I'm on my own time. I just come here for the temperature. It drives me nuts. And I also don't like a teacher who lies. Like when they say, okay, 8, 7, finish it. Don't go to get to 4, then tell a little story, and then come back to 3. No, because that's not 8. It's 14. And you did that to me. Be honest with me. We have to have trust in yoga. It's unbelievable. That's my workout, though. And I got to say, at 53 years old, for a guy who is tight, man, I am the most unlimber fellow. Oh, I asked Alan about the stat. He has an interesting facial hair situation. Alan Jackson has his beard stops here. This is empty. The beard doesn't go up. It begins here and goes down with the nice, in front. I think he looks good. He thought my mustache was we just were getting to know each other, so he could be lying, but he thought it was nice. He liked my stash. Oh yeah, are you going to cover the Frazier Bohm case that Alan Jackson? Yeah, Alan Jackson is representing Frazier Bohm now, who's a kid in Malibu who was speeding at 104 miles an hour and ended up trying to avoid someone. And there's my daughter. Look at that. Lily, she loves to call me all the time. She knows when I'm live, and that's when she wants to find out, am I more important than what you're saying on that damn computer? So she tests me. No. And she wants money for a new battery in her car. Steve, you're having a wonderful weekend. Guys, I got something great to tell you, something very cute. Steve is going somewhere special.
I am. Yeah, I am. And it started thanks to you a long time ago, but daddy-daughter weekend. I have 2 daughters. Once a year, I take each one of them, one at a time, somewhere that they choose. I got to approve, and then we go, and it's all about them. It's time to get away, time to be with one of my daughters at a time. And honestly, it started a few years ago. And I remember you saying when they get old enough, you have to take them somewhere and get that time in. It's invaluable. So it really, it's come full circle because now they're there, and it's been a couple of years now, but that's when it started. That was the point of beginning.
It's
So
wonderful.
I'm fired up.
Great. You're going to pack up the old camper and who's going? Older, younger?
Younger. Maddie's going. So
Maddie.
Abby's next month. And actually, like
Abby's 14. Maddie's
12.
11. 12.
Yep.
Okay. 12. You guys are going. So I feel some bars probably.
Absolutely.
You got to teach her to smoke a cigar, and that's something every father should do. Drive stick shift. You got to teach your daughters to drive stick shift. Remember that?
Absolutely.
Yep. I said the worst thing that in my worst years, the 3 year in 2016 when I got dumped by NBC. Once I came out of my psychological, emotional hell, I said I've got to make some lemonade out of lemons, and so each daughter I took somewhere in the world one at a time, and I said, you choose. Yep. And my youngest one, first we went to Japan. She loves Japanese culture. She's taught herself to speak it. The one who was just trying to pop in here, Lil, she's 20 now, but when she was 12, we went to Japan, and it was incredible. Tokyo, Kyoto. We went on that bullet train. I mean, you stand on that platform when that train comes by. This is what it sounds like. That's awesome. And the whole thing's gone past. Standing on. We ended up like at some spa in the mountains. It's some weird wooden tubs that you barely fit into. And then my middle daughter Mary, we went on a biking. We went biking in the Loire Valley in France. First, we went to Paris, and we went to the French Open. We saw the semis with Rafa Nadal, and it was amazing. And then we got a convertible, and we drove from Paris to the Loire Valley, and we went to Burgundy, and we basically went on a biking trip. Right, we bicycled a 12-mile trail that you can take. Every 2 miles is a different white wine. Basically, we biked through a white wine list. You get to the city of Montrachet, where you can have a Montrachet, a Merceau, Margaux, whatever. You go to these different towns, and there's little wineries, and you sample and you go. By the time we got there, she was 17. I said, I think they're okay with it in Europe. We ended up having so many glasses of white wine at Le Montrachet, the fanciest restaurant, which bankrupted me, but it was worth it. I had to call a cab that came with the trailer to put the bikes on the back to get us home. I was like, yeah, I'm not biking right now. I went home and took a nap. I was banged up. Oh, Mary was obviously much. And then Josie, my oldest daughter, we went to Eastern Europe. We started in Berlin, but then we went to Prague and Budapest, and we took a long train together. And a lot of these rooms had great big, king beds, and they're like, I sleep with my dad. When 12-year-old Lily was no problem. The older ones, you had to put like a long pillow train down the middle, and boy, I'm so glad I did it. Making lemonade out of lemon. I took those 3 shit years, and in each one of them, I think if I was working at the Today Show and, Mr. Fancy Pants, Today Show guy, I don't think I ever would have done that. I'd have been wrapped up in me and wrapped up in, all that money. Oh, God. We're back. And it's just money. We don't care about money. Anyway, Steve, I hope you have the best weekend with your girls. Can you tell us where you're going? Are you going up the coastline, or what are we?
Oh, yeah, we're going up to Seattle. She chose Seattle.
Seattle. Oh, my God, you Space Needle. You're going to go I hope it's not raining. I hope you haven't.
No, we're super excited. We got great plans. We're going out to the island one day. We're going to put the car. She's excited. She saw that a car goes on a ferry. I got a soccer. Obviously soccer. We coach soccer. The girls play soccer. Going to a soccer match in a new stadium. She's fired up for that. So we got a whole agenda lined up. She works on it. I have them do all the research before we go, so they really have to know where we're going. And also, here's one for anyone. If I can pass along, I got it from you. We have to go to one college or university, even at this age, as part of our trip and walk around. So we'll be at the University of Washington just to walk around.
Oh, the Huskies, the boys in the boat. What a wonderful.
That's one thing that got added to our trip, that we have to go to one college university and just walk around and see a campus.
Yeah. So before high school, just to get a little sniff of the step afterwards, see college kids walking around. Yeah. Okay. Washington Huskies. I love it.
Yep. So we got a whole thing going on.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Friday we take off tomorrow, so we don't have to get up early. Friday's the sleep-in day, so we're going to have a long weekend here. We'll be back on Monday with Morning Mics. I love you. Thank you for being here and just chit-chatting away. And as we slowly just grow our little thing here. And we'll be back Monday for that. I'm going to play golf tomorrow morning, playing with a guy. Oh, since I've got I just share everything. I got to make a paycheck of some kind as we build this. We make some money, of course, and on the mothership show more, but some, not TV. But I'm speaking tour. I got an agent, this guy from big agency, and he loves golf, so I'm taking him out to the golf club, and he and I are going to talk about the speaking tour, which I hope to begin in the fall. So if you know anybody in a corporate side or whatever. Yeah, the thrust of my speech is basically life is a shit sandwich. Eat it or starve. Nobody goes unscathed. You could be going along in your life like that guy, kicking ass in your company. All of a sudden, the Jumbotron comes. Sliding doors. The kid Alan Jackson is representing talk about sliding doors. Someone's messing with you, little road rage flashing you over. You're like, screw that guy. And you take off. I'm going away. And you're like, get out of here. And you hit the gas. Bang. You run into someone. You've ended some people's lives. Like whatever. That's what life is. And tell these stories with humor and get people thinking in a more stoic way about life. You've got to get out of the mire of the day-to-day, blow by blow of life and find yourself a position up here where you can observe life a little more. Take yourself right out of it. It's too painful sometimes. Get above it and observe the people and the places and you and where you're going and what's happening, and kind of take an overhead perspective. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do, that speech, and start that in the fall, and I'm super psyched about it. And okay, so that's my Friday tomorrow. Have a wonderful long weekend. Oh, the British Open. I didn't get my scores in. Oh my God, I forgot to sign up to my fucking I missed my fantasy league. I knew it. I knew it was something. So I'll just watch without any pressure. I love you. Kick ass this weekend. Bye-bye. Hot mics. Great time. You know it.